and welcome again to our second live coding session here at Prismic. My name is Adrian. I'm an account manager here at Prismic, and I'm joined with Nathan for the first part of the video. We're going to be talking a little bit about integration fields, why Prismic felt the need to develop this really cool feature, some common use cases that clients have today, and some things that you can do with it. Then we'll have Sam from our education team go into more details as to how exactly you can set everything up for actually a really cool use case. Yeah, Nathan, want to tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Yeah, first I see Edward comment about the fact that we are matching the shirts.
Yes.
It was not on purpose. I
Yes.
saw Adrian coming to the office and I say, no.
We did not coordinate this.
So we've
been working together for a long time, so the dudes with the glasses and the plaid shirts, yeah, not very original.
Okay. So yeah, we're gonna make a little like a short introduction about integration fields. So can you describe what's integration field? Because maybe some, I guess people are familiar with it here, but maybe some would need an introduction.
Absolutely, be delighted to. I mean, at its most basic, integration field is just a way to connect your Prismic content, your Prismic repository, to a third-party data source. The most common use case that we get is going to be an e-commerce that wants to connect to a PIM, whether it's a Shopify, a PrestaShop, Magento, really anything, and they want to be able to enrich that inside of Prismic.
Yeah. So like, you know, if we take the e-commerce use case, it's a really common one. So imagine you have your you know, your e-commerce backend. So it could be Shopify or just a PIM, like just a database for products, right? And most of the time, these platforms are lacking a bit content management capabilities. So our users are using Prismic to, you know, enrich the pages, home page with rich components, landing pages, promotion pages, product pages as well.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, there are some great capabilities if you're kind of like a small e-commerce, you just want to use those tools. But once you start having like a fully fledged designer team and like developers, and you want to have a big through line here in terms of like design, and you want to have maybe more customized content, I think is the big word here. Having targeted landing pages, campaigns, things like that, and you want to be sure that you still want to be able to have that information of your products be stored in the best solution that does that. So again, Shopify, whatever. But still be able to enrich it through an editorial experience through Prismic. That's where the integration field can come in.
Yeah, because within your content, you will see some product data, and the core product data is living into another system. So you'd like to connect, right? I'm going to share my screen just to show one illustration of that. So yeah, if you see this nicely designed e-commerce site, you see editorial content, a lot of editorial content, and you see components like this one, shop the trend, sorry, where you can imagine that content editors have picked products from the catalog and just to showcase them into this nice component, this nice featured products catalog, this nice featured product component, sorry. So we'll see how you can do this in Prismic. Sam is going to be coding in a few minutes. I'm just showing the very basics of the configuration of this. So we'll switch to my Prismic repo, which is here. So once you have the feature enabled on your repo, which is not enabled by default, so if you need it to be activated for you, we're going to share, I think it's already done.
Edward has pinned that. If you go back to the reception, or I can share this right now again, basically just share with us your repo URL or ID, your email. You can tell us a little bit more about your use case, and then we'll activate that feature right away.
Right. So you'll get this section on your settings, integration fields. You can pick one of the three options that we have here. The first one is to connect with a custom API. So you're free to expose any data source. You'll see the details on how you need to structure the data afterwards. Or we have an out-of-the-box integration with Shopify, where you just input your your Shopify instance URL and you're done. You get your product imported into Prismic. We'll see that. So in that case, I created two ones. I have one integration field for a video library. So think about another use case than the e-commerce one. Think about like your company, and you've got an official library of videos hosted on Vimeo or YouTube, for instance. And you would like to showcase these videos within the content.
And say potentially like you might be using these same videos on some other domain. Maybe you're using this on your app or somewhere else, and you want to have a shared common library between users for these videos. And you don't necessarily want to put them inside of Prismic. What you'd rather do basically is just have an article, and you just want to connect that video to that piece of content. So then whenever it gets exposed to the API, you're also getting all the content coming from Prismic, but also the core information from that video, because we're actually caching that on our end as well.
Yeah. So you see there are two integration fields configured, and if I edit that, you'll see the data that is required to configure one. Integration field is just the name of the field that you're exposing, the description, and the URL of the endpoints. And when you've done that, you get access on the custom type builder, which is the place where you actually configure the templates of your content. You will see in the builder here, if you scroll down here on the available widget that you can use to build your content model, you will see the two integration fields that we've just created in the settings.
And actually, we have some polls running here in Hopin as well. So if you want to tell us a little bit more about the type of content that you'd like to connect to Prismic, whether it's a PIM, whether it's a DAM, whether it's a VMS, or something else, we'd love to hear more about it. I'd love to hear about the different use cases you may have.
Yeah, and just to finish with this, so now you get the fields available in your builder. You can just drag and drop them into your content model. So imagine like in this featured products use case that I was showing on the other website, we create a component that we call featured products, and on the repeatable zone of it, we're going to drag and drop this product catalog field as I did here. And that's it. And for the video use case, imagine you want to have a slice, so a component that allows you in the page layout to add and to browse the actual library of videos, of corporate videos that you have on Vimeo, for instance. We'll use that very simple slice that has just, a video integration field in the non-repeatable zone. And just to finish with that, I'm just going to show you, for those who are not familiar with that, how it will look like in the content editor. So content editors will see a component like this one, featured products, and they can pick and choose products from your product catalog. And we've got this nice, really fast search that will search really quickly among your catalog, even if you have thousands of items exposed here.
So this is again, like we're really seeing the e-commerce use case. I mean, I remember seeing clients before we had this feature, and basically what they would have to do is either manually put in the SKU reference of a product inside of Prismic. So there might be like copy pasting, and you might make some kind of mistake, and so then the application would just break. So the whole purpose of that was just to streamline it. Just connect your catalog to Prismic, have it be selectable through there. As Nathan was showing, a really powerful search feature that's powered by Algolia. So it can literally go through indexing, hundreds of thousands of SKUs, and all that will be listed there. And actually, traditionally, what we used to do is that every 30 minutes, basically, we'd be syncing with your catalog, going through your items and updating that. But another e-commerce use case that we get a lot is having this be immediate. I know the DevOps team hates talking about immediate and all that, but basically they just want to be able to have, as soon as you have a new product, you want to be able to be available inside of Prismic. I know right now, especially Black Friday, Black Week, all that, you can want to have these products be updated very, very quickly inside of Prismic. And so that's where that takes us to the right integration field API. So this is actually still a fairly new feature. We still have some clients using it, but if you test it out today, if you sign up for that integration field and you have it activated on your repo, you can use that new version basically of integration field, which Sam is going to tell us a little bit more about, I think, pretty soon.
Yeah, I think we are done for the introduction. It's time for coding. It was a live coding session, so let's go into that.
Let's get into it.
I will leave my seat to Sam and talk to you soon.